As someone who's been in web for over a decade, I can confidently tell you that there are two different types of websites. One type of website is the one that looks good. It's one that earns trust, has a wow factor, and it's one that agencies charge a lot of money. Then there's the other kind of website, and we call this the sales funnel. Sales funnel website is exactly how it sounds. Taking this analogy from sales to marketing, playing it all the way through, picture an actual funnel. So in sales, you have multiple stages of what they call a pipeline. Stage number one is going to be people that come into the website. These are marketing qualified leads. They've willingly entered the gates of our brand. They're saying, hey, I'm open to being marketing to. I am learning about you. I am in the consideration phase of my customer journey with you. Engaged visitors are qualified as people who spend time on multiple pages. They have genuine interest. They're actually reading content information, which I can tell you is becoming increasingly rare on websites these days. These are people who aren't just there to bounce. They didn't end up there by happenstance. They're actively consuming our marketing material that's on our website. Now, bottom of the pipeline is conversion. From a practical website standpoint, converted visitors are people who have actually taken action according to a metric that we've defined. So meaning they've spent a significant amount of dwell time on a page, they've opted in through a form, they've clicked the CTA, they have proactively taken action on our marketing material, and they are now a lead. And the biggest difference between these two types of websites is not that big. It just comes down to awareness and visibility. The majority of the marketing teams that we speak to can't actively identify any of these phases for website visitors, and some of them don't even have analytics tracking set up at all. While this may sound super complex, it's actually a lot easier than it sounds. So without further ado, let me show you how we do this. Okay, so looking at our client dashboards here, when it comes to turning a website into this sales funnel, it comes down to awareness. So we need to make sure that we have actual tracking tools set up to be able to identify people at each of these stages. So the tools we use Google Analytics 4, SE ranking, Microsoft Query, and Webflow's MCP. We actually take all that data and aggregate it into this one dashboard, so that way we can see at a glance without bouncing between multiple softwares. Now, that isn't technically necessary for you to have awareness on this. The first step you would need is Google Analytics. Check out our video on Google Analytics and their alternatives up here in the card if you're interested. But making sure that you have some kind of tracking infrastructure in place so you can create this awareness is going to be step one. Step two is actually defining each phase of this journey. So with our dashboard here, we build it in a way that step one, like I said, is visitors. Step two is warm sessions, so people who have engaged on multiple pages. And step three is a defined conversion event. Now, we can actually add multiple conversion events than we usually do for our clients, but these are usually defined as page load, someone clicks on something, someone submits a form. Scroll depth, meaning if we have a sales page that has been launched and we want to see if someone's reading the copy so that we can remarket to them, that could technically be defined as a conversion event. And the last one, dwell time. And being able to see, okay, net on net, how many of these people are starting at the top, website visitors, and how many of them are making it to the bottom. For this client, we have defined the conversion event to be a contact form land, and we can see 20 of the 285 visitors in the last 70 days have landed on that contact form page. After you have this general visibility, it gives you so much insight into what the highest leverage activities are to optimize your site to create more of these results. Another really important thing to know is how did these people that they converted, where did they come from in the first place? Because that's a very good sign of highly qualified traffic. So for example, we can see the entry point to the site for the 20 people that converted. 12 of them came from direct search, meaning they had our brand bookmarked, or they went and searched a brand term directly. 6 found us through organic search. 1 derived that wasn't tracked, and 1 person came from LinkedIn. So just from the last 7 days, we can already tell that we're getting a significant amount of traction from Google search, meaning that our blog content is working. And if we extrapolate this out more on a larger basis to 90 days, we can see these numbers update of our 126 conversions. Now we have more of a data set. 76 from direct search, 36 from Google search, 4 from AI search or Perplexity.ai and AI assistant, 2 through Bing, which we've found to be more relatable to ChatGPT because that's where ChatGPT indexes is Bing search, and 2 through LinkedIn. Now, taking that one step further, if we go to our general overview here, of that organic traffic, we can see which blogs are doing the best and double down on which are driving those qualified traffic sources to our website. So if you're here, we got 2 high intent visitors on the same day of the conversion from the blog Hispanic Marketing Trips and Translation. And we can also see our main traffic sources here. And if we hover on these tooltips, we can actually see in 6th grade language what drove them to the website. Up here at the top of our dashboard is where we track our keyword terms and which are going up and which are going down. In AI search, we've found keyword rankings to be very, very volatile. So I've even seen on some days we'll start to rank for multiple terms. And as soon as the next day, those same terms that we made progress on go down. So we're rating very high for our direct brand terms, meaning our company name that's being searched into queries. And on others, so education translation management, that's a really good brand term. This company does translation services for enterprise healthcare companies. So we really want to be coming up in searches related to Spanish translation, translation companies, translation teams, which is the name of our company. So having an at-a-glance view like this not just creates a very overall good picture of what our website visitors are doing, but also action items we can take to get more of those qualified people to those conversion events. So a little bit of a shorter video here, but I just wanted to make this because going back to the beginning of this video, websites that fall in that first column, the ones that just look good and aren't a sales funnel, the majority of the reason is because there is just no visibility. You haven't defined the stages of your customer journey and applied that to a website context, meaning A, you don't know how many people are going to the website. B, you don't know how many of those people are taking action, going to multiple pages, learning about your brand, are deeply interested. And C, you haven't set conversion events that actually mark success. People are so quick to write off investing into their website, but they haven't defined success to begin with. Action items for you: get visibility as soon as possible, define conversion events, and you are well on your way to turning your website into a sales funnel. Appreciate you guys watching this week. Again, my name's Andy. I'm the founder at MMG Studio. We do web and SEO for healthcare. Thank you guys for sticking around to the end. Make sure you subscribe. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, and I'll see you guys in the next one.